to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have 5 items on the consent agenda this evening. Unless a member of council would like to pull one or several for separate consideration, I would ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda en masse.
I'll make a motion. Second?
Okay. Councilwoman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Deeb?
Yes.
Councilman Elms?
Yes.
Councilman Iannacone?
Yes.
Councilman Silva?
Yes.
Council President Foster?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, I'd like to just make a slight change in the agenda. We have listed on item number P, correspondence, JCP&L representative. I believe we have Tom Hayes, who's going to give us an update.
Yes, thank you for inviting me. Sit down or stand?
JCP&L.
JCP&L. Here to talk about the Morristown Network and all concerns with the library. Just so everyone is aware, since the 2011 incident, the library is no longer on the Morristown Network. It is now fed individually, fed by a 500 kVA transformer. We did recently have 2 outages, one outage on January 11th. We had an underground fault in a manhole approximately 100 feet from the Route 287 exit ramp for Madison Avenue. The outage occurred, I think it was about 6:48 a.m. And we had everyone restored by 8:30 a.m. We did what we call switching, where we were able to bring all the overhead customers, which originally we had 891 customers out of power. Through the switching, we were able to bring back 866 customers. They were out a little bit over an hour. And then the underground customers, which the Morristown Hospital and the library are part of, were out an additional 45 minutes to an hour. Was a result of an underground fault. The cable we had the same incident occur at a different manhole in February. Both pieces of cable have been sent to a lab for testing to see if there's any, what could be done or what could be, better done to make it stronger, or if there is in fact any wear and tear or warranty issues with the fiber or the cable itself. We have done re-inspections of all the manholes in town. We are constantly doing corrective maintenance. Anything that comes our way, any questions and concerns, we have dealt with them. So basically right now, we're looking into some upgrades. Our engineering people were out yesterday, met with the Morristown Hospital Group from Atlantic Healthcare. So we're looking to do some future upgrades. At this time, I don't have any information on that, but I would be more than happy to come back and speak about it at a future meeting when I have that.
Can you state your name again for the...
Sure, it's Thomas Haynes, Haynes,
And your position?
area manager.
Are you our new area manager?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Did Rob Walton?
Rob took another job within our company. He's now the manager of forestry.
Oh, okay.
So he has all of New Jersey, both north and central.
Okay. Tell him we say hi.
I certainly will. He has a great following, so it's going to be hard following in his footsteps.
I didn't mean it that way.
Yes, no,
Down on one grid?
no, the network itself is on 5 circuits. That, we've added a 5th circuit as the cause of the 2011 fire. There's many different ways that you guys are fed. I think you're fed through 3 or 4 different substations. But the one substation is on the Morristown sub. It's the 784 circuit that we had the issue with. So.
And is there a backup substation and/or grid?
Well, we can do a lot. We do,
Let me finish my question.
Sure,
Well,
I'm sorry.
I can maybe go right to the point. Public buildings and the hospital, are they on dual, so they always have
Yes.
backup grid?
Yes, there's always switching
And
occurred,
including this building here?
including this building here, yes. Yes, we call it tying in or switching.
So just to pick up on that, if, at the hospital, if there was some kind of, if there was a procedure or surgery or whatever, what is the protocol for, the hospital won't be without service?
They have backup generation. From my understanding that, it depends on the amount of surgeries they have and what they have, but sometimes if they don't have regular or electric and they're running generated, they may cancel surgeries. It all depends.
So it depends.
Yes, but our reliability over the last 5-6 years has increased and improved dramatically, and I think everybody here would agree with that.
Can you email us your phone number and email?
I absolutely will.
I get emails, I think, from
Yes, you should, you should get updates.
when there are outages and.
Yes, you should get all the outages, yes.
Yeah, a lot of outages in Denville lately.
Yeah.
All right, if there are no other questions or comments from council members.
Well, could you plan to come back and let us know what your
Yes,
recommendations are?
I will definitely let you know. I will also give you the results of the lab testing on the cable wire.
And could you present us with something in writing?
Sure,
Okay.
absolutely.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank
We
you.
didn't want to keep you here too long, so I figured we could. All right, at this time, I'd like to open up the public hearing. If there are any members of the public wishing to be heard this evening, please come before us, state your name and address for the
evening,
record.
Pete
And-
Demnitz, and
I
if,
wasn't
you-
finished. Keep your comments to 5 minutes, please. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. If you don't mind, I'll use care of 200 South Street.
Sure.
I just want to address a recently adopted ordinance that the chief of police is not to work outside overtime. I want to tell you that I support that ordinance. In fact, that was the philosophy of the administration when I was hired. This is actually the offer of employment that I got back then. It also came with a 12% increase in pay over above the highest paid captain. And that was the philosophy being that you did not want your chief of police to work outside overtime. You wanted to pay him so he did not have to. Unfortunately, for the past 10 years, your chief of police has not enjoyed a 12% increase over the highest paid captain. In fact, in several years, your chief of police has made less than your highest paid captain. I think if you pull the records, Frank Mason could probably help you out with that. Any of your candidates for chief of police will also have to consider the fact that not only will outside overtime not be available to them, departmental overtime will not be available to them. I'm sure these are things that you do not know, but by example, take the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Captain Richardson, over the last 10, 15 years, has worked very hard. He works sometimes 16 hours. He gets a time-and-a-half rate. Your chief of police does not. Your chief of police does not get any overtime compensation for marches, Black Lives Matter, women's marches, anything of that sort. That being said, because the chief of police is not covered by contract, the chief of police is not, there's no agreement at this point that gives him 12%. I would like the council to at least research this, and in consideration for your chief of police currently and your chief of police to come, have an equitable salary so that he does not have to work overtime. I think the other thing that you don't know is that prior to this ordinance, your chief of police was trying to make up for that lost income, but outside overtime is about half of a captain's time-and-a-half rate. It's actually less than the chief's straight time rate. The other thing I want to address is the second part of that sentence, which I truly do not understand, about being able or not being able to volunteer for schools. The way I read that, if the superintendent says to the chief of police, I want you to come on a back-to-school night, I'm prohibited, or the chief of police is prohibited from doing that. I don't really understand that, but that's something maybe for Veach. That's all I have. I think it was less than 5 minutes. It's good seeing you all, and I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you,
Have a nice
Chief.
night.
You too.
Ladies and gentlemen and councilmen, I have good news for you. I'm going to be very, very brief.
Can you set your name and address, please?
I am Winthrop Dillaway. I live with my wife, Mary Thornton, at 11 Willard Place here in Morristown. I would like to have the privilege of distributing this flyer, which announces a meeting in 4 weeks, an event in 4 weeks on Healthcare for Now. Healthcare, yeah, would you please? Thank you. On Medicare for All. The flyer is self-explanatory. The meeting or the event is at the Unitarian Fellowship of Morristown on April 13th, 4 weeks and 5 days from now. I'm asking anybody who's interested to contact me. My email is on the flyer. And I'm wanting your consideration for helping me do some publicity on this event. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Princey Shirello. I live at 9 Wetmore Avenue.
First name again?
Princey,
Princey.
Princey. I'm here to talk about the resident parking. We are 2-hour parking on our street and have been for 30, 40 years. It has come to our attention that we used to get the placards, which I know is a problem in other sections of town, because people were duplicating them. So when I went up to pick mine up for my block, my house, they went from giving us 2 to 1. Now, the old ones were, it looked like a piece of construction paper. The new ones, you can put in your windshield, and they actually have a number on them. But we're only allowed to have 1. My question is, why? Now they're numbered, whereas before they weren't numbered. So it's clearly Morristown did a great job of implementing the new placard. But again, I only have 1. I have 4 children. Mr. Barter has 5 children. Our block, it doesn't work. Now they're telling us that we have to have, if people want to come visit us, we have to pay $1 to get to us. That, I have a problem with that. We all have a problem with that. Why should I have to pay $1 for somebody to come visit me? The other thing is, I've had friends get a ticket on Christmas night from the parking authority. Easter, I think the parking authority should really be a little bit friendlier to the town residents. You shouldn't ticket cars on holidays. I have a problem with that. There's also a neighbor that lives next to the mayor who has 2 daughters. They have 4 cars, and they can only get 3 permits. They have 4 cars. They have 4 people living in the house. But the town told them they can only have 3 permits. That's a problem. Now, I don't know how close you work with the parking authority on these issues, but I think, I think some research should be done. I don't know if any of you have any, did I forget anything? But my real question is, why did we go from 1 placard to, now that it's a nice one that you hang in your window? Why do we go from, we get 1? And I understand there's other problems, on the other side of town and around the train station. But you guys have done a great job with the 2-hour parking. It's been awesome. We have had no complaints, and if there was a complaint, we took it to the clerk, and it was settled right away. So you've done a very, very good job. But this is our issue now, And I'd like, maybe somebody can talk to the parking authority, or if that's a town thing, I'm not sure whose job it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, if there are no other comments from members of the public at this time, I'd like to close the public hearing. Comments from council members regarding public hearing?
Yeah, I would just like to address the concern about the parking.
Hold on. They're going to address this right now, so don't leave.
Well, just from our end, I know Jillian's not here, and I know that Stefan's not here, but we did form a parking subcommittee after the new ordinance was introduced, and thank you for your comments about the 2-hour parking. The administration actually and the council have been working in different parts of town, and I think that that has been a success for a lot of areas. I know in the 4th Ward I can talk to about the problems on DeHart and McCulloch, and it's definitely helped alleviate a lot of the problems there. So I appreciate your gratitude in that regard. So in response to some issues with the newly adopted residential parking permit ordinance, which the council adopted in the fall, Council President Foster formed a subcommittee, a parking subcommittee, comprised of myself and Councilman Armington and Pastor Silva, Councilman Silva. So we've been meeting regularly, monthly, with the administration. I'm sorry Jillian isn't here, because she's definitely our ringleader in helping us to organize the different parts of town that are more densely populated, that needed even more attention than what was done. So all I can tell you is that we're still in the process of going through our checklist, and we are, meeting to address some of the concerns. I don't know if the mayor or the administration has anything else to add.
Sure, I can add to it. That's why it's back in the subcommittee. It actually was, the conversation got generated to go back to the subcommittee as the council passed this, was our neighbor on the corner of Collis and Wetmore wanted 9. And we just couldn't figure out how 9 fit, 9 parking passes. So we thought that was too much, so they took it back to the committee and say, well, we got to come up with something. The legal department and I both agree that we thought that 1 wasn't the right number, that maybe it's 4 and 2. You got to come up with the better number. So I know the subcommittee's working on it, so I think they just probably need a max another month, and they'll come out with the fix, and it should be satisfactory to everybody.
I have a question. So is there, and maybe Jillian could answer, is there a formula why one house?
She'll have more information. Yeah, there's different parts of as Councilman Silva knows, there's different areas of the town that are much more congested and have a lot more parking issues than Collis, Wetmore, Miller, that area, even Washington, Olmsted, all the different areas in the first ward. There's different patches of congestion. It changes how the parking stuff works. This was, I think the right thing to do was to change the way that they're doing the parking permits, because there was a lot of people just going to Staples and running off parking passes. And so people, and selling them. So we're running into that too. So this is the right approach. This is the right way to do it. Now it's just maybe just fine tuning it a little bit. So, everybody's going to be okay with it. It might be a little change in it. It might only be 2 visitor passes and 4 parking. And then if people come and you're going to take up 6 spaces on the street, you're going to have to pay $1 or get 5 for $5, and they last all year. You can't go back and forth.
So just, there is a heart in the regulation. I mean, it was explained when this was being adopted. If you have an event, call the
Right.
police, call the parking.
You don't need, right.
There was, that was also made clear. And also, with reference to the parking authority, their role is enforcement. It's actually, they're enforcing the regulations. They're not making or promulgating any regulations. And I will bring up the issue on Christmas Day. But again, on the other side of that equation is without enforcement, you really don't have regulation, and I think the parking authority has been
The
pretty.
parking authority do not issue tickets on holidays.
yeah,
They do
which
not.
is-
If you got one, I don't know how you, they do not work on Christmas.
I'll check
Doesn't the
on that.
police do it?
On Christmas,
after-
they don't.
I'm
On
surprised they work.
Thanksgiving, they don't work Christmas Day. So if you got a ticket, it would have been by the MPD.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been by the parking
Somebody may
authority.
have moved that ticket.
So, yeah, it would have been the police, which is, well, I'm not saying they don't write parking tickets, the acting chief is back there, but.
What I didn't understand is why would Ms. Cirillo have one parking pass at her house and the people across the street would have
No, she has
three?
3 and a visitor's parking. That's what you're talking about, 1 visitor parking. No, it's 3 and 1 visitor.
3 per household?
Yes.
The new one, I got one.
No, you're supposed to have 3
Residential.
residential and 1 visitor.
For my car, you mean, the sticker on my car.
Yes.
Yeah, you should have
Yeah.
3.
There's only 2 of us, so I got 2.
Well,
Then I got 1.
but you're entitled to 3 and 1 visitor. Well, you're entitled to 3 and 1 visitor.
It's written such that they're allowed, residents are permitted up to 3 stickers
Right.
if they can provide proof of 3 vehicles.
You can provide proof of 5 vehicles at your house if you needed to. I mean, we all could.
And then the guests, the visitors,
Brian comes
you
there
pay
on
for.
occasion.
They're one
Oh, okay.
free permanent reusable hang tag for the rearview mirror is given. And then there are single-use, self-validating hanging tags that are good for 1 overnight till 8 AM the next morning.
So the whole intent
you
was
get-
to try to get it
And you
under
have to pay extra
control.
for those.
5 for $5.
Because, an example, on our street, not on the second block, a lot of people have visitor passes that live in the apartment buildings. And they're parking all the way down Wetmore, all the way down to the very end, and we were getting complaints from people on Collis and there that people, they watch them walk up to the apartment building. They're actually required under their resolution to supply X amount of parking on their site. So there's lots of different issues that we're dealing with. We just had a complaint from our street that people from McCullough are using stickers to park on Wetmore. And how they got Wetmore sticker, I don't know how they did that. And then there's clearly people with cars, and I brought this to the attention of the business administrator, that have old, yellowed out, they're almost white now, the stickers, the visitors passes. So we know that they're not, I know, we all know the cars that live on the street. So it's a constant, the council's doing a good job. This is the right step to get this under control, much better control over the type of passes that go out. Can't be duplicated, can't be counterfeited, can't be sold. So their subcommittee's going to tweak it a little bit more, and they'll come back with a better fix.
And Mayor, I'm sorry, if I could just add, if you do see passes that look questionable, if you could get the number or numbers and contact the clerk's office, we can certainly look into that quite easily.
Some have no numbers on it, they just say visitor.
The new ones.
No, the old ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Stay tuned.
Okay, if there are no other comments from council members, we'll move on to mayor's proclamation and
Okay.
presentations. Do we have
Monica Hanson.
Monica Hanson?
Oh, is this when we get snacks?
Yeah, they got goodies. They got pistachios.
Yes.
Love pistachios.
This is my favorite council meeting of the year.
Almonds are your favorite. Almonds?
Cheerios.
I have Carly with me from Dream Green, so we have like bags from them.
Is it true that Cheerios really helps reduce the risks of heart disease?
The
commercial says.
Must be true.
All right, we'll do this, and then you
Yeah,
want
but we're gonna pass them around. then.
to pass around first?
Yeah, actually, yeah, let's do that.
So we can eat while you're talking.
Just hear all the wrappers opening and like the cans.
Oh, we get our own bag this time.
Carly here.
I'll take Stefan's bag.
It gets bigger and better every year.
Next year.
Oh, excellent is this. I love watercress. Watercress.
Allison is excited about it.
It's excellent. It's so good for you, watercress. I'll take yours if you don't.
You don't eat that, I'll take it. 'cause know
I
you don't
love
really like kale.
watercress.
I'm
My
gonna
kid
use,
likes kale for lunch. This
I
looks
am
like a
going
nice
to put this
package.
in my
Thank you.
juicer.
I'm gonna need a
Okay.
photograph to support your claim.
I
Can't eat dinner.
I ain't gonna put this,
I'll take a picture so that I know for
put
sure
my
you're
strawberries
ingesting kale.
and my blueberries.
Oh, thank you. Blueberry pineapple every morning?
No, I'm gonna start though.
Okay, well, I need photographs.
I'll take Stefan's, he's not here, I'll give it to him.
I already put first dibs on that.
I'll take Jillian's.
There you go.
There's a lot of stuff in here. Whole grain. Bok choy.
Oh,
This is really good for you. It's like high in antioxidants.
Carly, come.
I'll call your wife. She'll make sure you eat it.
Yes. Definitely.
Don't leave it in the car. I'm gonna
Yeah.
call her.
Hi, everybody. My name is Monica. I work as the dietitian at the ShopRite of Greater Morristown. And this is Carly. She's from the Dream Greens company that you have greens from. And so I invited her to come tonight because we are kind of connecting a lot to like local and sustainability and everything. And so she's going to talk a little bit about the greens because I think they're really cool and they're not in all different ShopRites. They're only in certain stores. But they're out of actually Newark and they grow everything aeroponically in a warehouse. It's the coolest thing ever. Yeah, it's super cool. And so I work as the dietitian. It's National Nutrition Month. And so I'm here on behalf of the ShopRite store just to say, you know, let's celebrate National Nutrition Month. I have some goodies for you in your bag. And if you guys need anything from me, I also have my card in there and some recipes and fun stuff like
more
that.
pistachios. No.
I have more in the back.
Yeah, and like Monica said, we're Aero Farms or Dream Greens, and they're all grown locally with no pesticides at all, and 95% less water, and 390 times more efficiently than in the field, and they're really, really tasty.
So can people do a tour of this facility? Because it's really state-of-the-art, kind of like new type of.
What's the location?
We don't have public tours, but we'd love to host the council, and
It's pretty crazy.
It'd be really cool to.
What's your
it'd be really
location?
cool to see.
Where in Newark?
Ironbound section.
Yeah, it's amazing. what-
Can you
In the
give us your
Ironbound
last name for
section?
the record, please?
Carly Stein, and we're in the Ironbound section on 212 Rome Street in Newark.
It'd be cool to do a tour, and then we can all go.
And then we can go to
all
Casanova
eat
Grill for
lobster and
lunch.
Steak and shrimp and, right? No greens,
all about
right?
balance.
It's all about balance, right? All right, let's do the proclamation. All right, whereas, food is the substance by which life is sustained.
Yes.
And the type, the quality, and the amount of food that individuals consume each day plays a vital role in the overall health and physical fitness. And National Nutrition Month is a nutrition education information campaign created annually by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, which focuses attention on the importance of making informed food choices and developing sound eating and physical habits. How, when, why, and where we eat are just as important as what we eat. Taking time to enjoy the sights, sounds, memories, and interactions associated with eating are essential to developing an overall healthy eating plan. And whereas National Nutrition Month encourages everyone to return to the basic of healthy eating by adopting a healthy lifestyle focused on consuming fewer calories, making informed food choices, and getting daily exercise. Now therefore, I, Timothy P. Doherty, Mayor of the Town of Morristown, do hereby proclaim the month of March 2019 as National Nutrition Month in the Town of Morristown, and I encourage all citizens to join the campaign, become more aware of the nutrition and the nutrition of others in hope of achieving optimum health for both today and tomorrow. Thank you for everything you do. Come around, we're gonna take a picture, and Chris is gonna take a picture. You can hold that.
Oh, my little bag is
Thank you.
almost gone.
Can I get one picture if you want?
Sure.
I think I just like the breaking him up.
Want me to take it?
So good.
Yeah, thank you. I guess someone can do selfie, right?
No, I like.
No, we're not gonna do a selfie.
Thank you. Okay.
But the red
Thank you.
were my favorite. The red.
There's red one.
They used to
Oh,
be,
sorry.
I guess the dye.
Old school.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.
Thank you,
Okay,
as always,
yep.
thank
Mine
you.
is
Thank you.
gone.
And you know what, if you could, Anybody have a card? Do you have a card on you? So you get contact with her so we can maybe do
I
that?
will contact you.
You have her contact information?
Yeah, I will get it.
That would be a really cool thing to do.
Let's do it.
Really take the chair.
I forgot to talk about the Cheerios.
Talk about the chair.
Cheerios, giant box of Cheerios here. So I brought these because we actually just had a unveiling of this Cheerio box at our store today. I had Interfaith Food Pantry, Community Soup Kitchen, Table of Hope. Everybody was from the local community was there. We do like a hunger fighting campaign and in the fall, and actually our store was like one of the best stores, and so we get an extra gift, and then we get our employees' pictures on the back of the box. So there's actually 2 of our ShopRite of Greater Morristown employees on the back of the box here. So I just wanted to bring that up because I think like the whole area of Morristown, it's so nice how connected everything is, and like especially for this this fundraising campaign we do, like it actually goes to the local groups. So like the stores pick certain groups in their area. So like our store picks certain groups, and then of course if it's a different store in a different location, they pick their own local groups. So it's nice because then the groups come and they say, oh yeah, we got like this check and it really helped. And so I brought that. So if you see these double boxes in the store, that's why. There's
Which groups did you support?
so pretty much the ones that most of it goes to the Community Food Bank of New Jersey, and then they source it depending on need. But Table of Hope got the extra check this time. I think it was $500. So they were represented today. And then also Community Soup, Interfaith Food Pantry gets a lot. And then Community Soup Kitchen too. So kind of all, they get based on what they need, I guess, you know. Yeah, it's really nice. That's why I brought this. I don't have one for everybody though. But thank you again.
Thank you.
I will say this on a somewhat related topic. For anyone who has kids, I had my 10-year-olds and my 12-year-olds sit down and watch Super Size Me, the documentary, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
And they were horrified.
Oh, good.
Horrified. They won't go within a mile of McDonald's now. So if anybody has never seen it, you should have your kids watch it. And if you haven't seen it yourself, you should watch it.
Super Size Me.
Super Size Me. A guy eats McDonald's 3 days a week for 30 days and like almost dies.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's interesting.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
But for little kids, I'm like, it's good that they're so interested.
Yeah. No, I was thrilled by how into it they got and how like moved they were. So it was good.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for coming.
Like, turn this off.
Thank
This is
you.
ridiculous. My kid. No,
No,
French
she
fries, I'm out.
might surprise you.
I'll try it. I'll try it tomorrow.
Good.
Mayor,
There's some good stuff in here.
your pistachios.
What?
We have your pistachios.
Where's the pistachios?
They're in the bag.
Oh, did you all get pistachios?
Yeah. I'll trade you, Mayor, the popcorn for the pistachios.
You can take care of those guys. Take care of those guys in the back.
Mayor, I'll trade you pistachios for popcorn.
Okay.
After I just asked for
Oh, did you want to do this? You wanted my pistachios? Oh, sorry, she beat you to it. All right, let me finish up.
No, I'm going to give you mine.
All right, let me.
Go into your.
I was going to finish up. Yeah,
report's good.
yeah. Okay, so on February 27th, the MPAC held Morristown on Stage. That benefits the Morris Morris Educational Foundation. They do amazing work for our schools. It's incredible amount of money they raise, and this is one of their big events, and it was sold out. And when they say Morristown's got talent, it's got talent. It was really good. And Kevin's not here, but Kevin was actually made the final rounds with his ukulele band, which was kind of fun. But overall, it was a great event. March 1st, they had the Grand Marshal reception at the Madison Hotel honoring Father Patrick Patty O'Donovan, who was the Grand Marshal of the parade. Obviously well attended and getting ready for the parade. On March 3rd, there was a celebration in Madison and McCullough area by the back of Assumption Church, and it was called the Dublin Project. And I want to publicly thank the Heritage Commission of Morris County, the Knights of Columbus, and the Friendly Sons who put this together to put the historic markers down in an area that was known as Dublin, where the Irish immigrants 150 years ago lived and served in the mansions and the well-to-do that were out here. And they did a great job, and the history, the markers down there, you can read all about it, and they've done a great job. And thank also Monsignor Hart for his contribution in the back of that parking lot. It's a terrific designation and an historic marker, and it's now etched in our historic district, and Councilwoman Alison Deeb was there to celebrate it with us. And it was well attended, too. It was a lot of people. People that lived in the neighborhood from years and years and years ago, families, and the Murphys still own a home there, and the Murphys from John Murphy. Who was a
And Marty
freehold.
lived around the corner.
Marty Epstein lived around the corner. He was there, you know, and battling all things he's battling. And keep Marty in your thoughts and prayers, too, as he battles through his illness. Taste of Morristown. Mike, you want to take it away for 2 seconds?
Yeah, please. Monday, March 4th was the 17th annual Taste of Morristown. I really want to see all you guys there next year. It's a great event. It's every restaurant in Morristown. The mayor was there. Have you been?
No, I wasn't there.
Well, I'm calling you out. You got to go next year. Everybody, the entire council should come next year. It's a great event. I think it was the third most successful event that they've ever done, which was great because it's a big fundraiser for the Morristown Rotary. And Gary's Wine has wine tasting. I think they have some spirits and some beer as
Oh, they had
well.
some beers,
but really good food. All the restaurants in Morristown, I think there was a total of 35 or 36 restaurants. So next year, please come. I'll give you advance notice.
Yeah, it was very
Discount
very good and well attended.
Yeah.
The new restaurant, new Mediterranean restaurant that's coming to Morristown, the old Settebello's was there.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be really good. So it was well attended. It was a fun night. Finally, well, a couple more things. March 9th, we all celebrated our St. Patrick's Day parade here in Morristown. We were blessed with great weather.
Yeah.
I want to thank the council members who came and marched. It was a lot of fun. The governor showed up. We had our congresswoman here. Lots of dignitaries, mayors from other community council members. It was a lot of fun, family. But I want to give a shout out to our police department, our fire department, and our DPW for all the work that they do to, one, to prepare, two, to run the show when they keep our streets in order. And the DPW have the task of setting up and cleaning up after. Shout out to them because it's a lot of work, and we appreciate what they do. And also the parade committee, and of course, want to thank Father Patrick Patty O'Donovan for him being the Grand Marshal here in our great downtown. It was a successful parade, and from what I'm understanding, and I'm sure we'll get more notice at the next meeting, Chief, that there was not nearly as many incidences as the past. So we're looking forward to those numbers. I can tell you that walking the parade with the governor and seeing the way the police were lined up and watching him shake their hands and seeing the amount of law enforcement we had out on the street at every location was just, there was a lot of families and people noticed it. And so I wanted to publicly thank all the agencies that had a lot to do with that. And of course you guys, because you guys approve it. Saturday, March 23rd, 8:30 to noon, annual Whippany River cleanup, Whippany River Watershed Action Commission, and Bethel AME at Bishop Nasri Way. Lot, see attachment, there, you should have the attachment. You got the attachment? Okay. So that's the 23rd. I will not be here from the 22nd until the 1st. Or beginning of April. I will be out of the state for a long-awaited vacation. And I haven't taken a vacation like this other than Charleston last year for
So you
many,
know
many-
something's going to happen.
Nothing's going to happen because Vij Pawar will be in charge.
Last
and
time you
nothing
were
will
away.
happen. No libraries will blow up.
Library blew up.
No hurricanes will come. No nor'easters will come. So I will not be in attendance, and I won't be here for the 24th, which is Grow Green and My Wellness Campaign hosting a walking trip to the Morris County Winter Farmers Market. They'll meet at Atno Avenue and Early Street. I'll have representation there. Hopefully some council members will go represent on my behalf. And that's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Grow Green and the Mayor's Wellness Campaign is hosting a walking trip through to the Morris County Winter Farmers Market. It should be a lot of fun. So if you guys can spare a couple hours and represent the town, that'd be great. Be really appreciated. Other than that, there's another thing. Did you get that? You all got the flyers, right? You didn't? You didn't get the flyers? Did you get the flyers? They're in the packet, right?
Yep.
Okay. The Winners Farm Market packet?
Oh.
It's in there. They're all in there.
Okay.
All right. Anything, Counselor? Nope. I think that's it.
Sure.
Sure.
You said you could take a vacation.
Listen,
not allowed.
I don't do that often.
You sure
I know.
don't?
You deserve it.
I don't take vacations often.
We'll allow it this time. No, nothing over the summer, though.
You could tell my wife I'm not taking a vacation, then it's gonna be a different story.
All right, council liaison reports.
The Environmental Commission met last Tuesday. It was a very good meeting. We had members of the public there, 3 members of the public from the Friends of Foots Pond Wood, 4 members of the public from the Friends of Foots Pond Wood attended. They have a lot going on. There's the townwide cleanup coming up at the end of April for Earth Day, and there's the mayor's cleanup coming up for Pocahontas Lake and Speedwell Lake, and so I'll have flyers at the next meeting for those, and we can talk about that.
Terrific. Oh, and I did get an invite to this. Might be interesting to go. See what they have to say, because there's a lot of people talking about this Medicare for all. Get some facts. I don't know how it affects everything, Bob. You might know more about that than I do.
Morristown Partnership meeting tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
Thank you.
And Parking Authority did not meet since the last meeting.
Oh, you all have a redevelopment meeting Thursday night? Correct? I will not be in attendance. I will be in Brick, New Jersey, being honored by an Irish group. Myself, there's a couple honorees. The governor's invited, Mayor of Jersey City, Mike Murphy, the former Morris County prosecutor, amongst a bunch of other people. So I'm getting honored down there for being Irish.
Congratulations.
And a mayor.
Okay, moving on to regular business.
Okay, we have,
Okay.
excuse me, 2 ordinances for introduction this evening. Ordinance O-5-2019, and ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 3 of the police regulations. Have a motion to introduce?
I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance number O-5-2019.
I'll second.
Any comments from council members? We'll call the question.
Okay. On the introduction of O-5-2019, Councilwoman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Deeb?
Yes.
Councilman Elms?
Yes.
Councilman Iannicone?
Yes.
Councilman Silva? And
Yes.
Council President Foster?
Yes.
Ordinance O-5-2019 has been properly introduced by title and will be considered further during public hearing on March 26, 2019. Ordinance O-6-2019, an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 7 Traffic. Can I have a motion to introduce, please?
I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance number O-6-2019.
I'll second.
Any comments from council members?
I just have a question on this. So is this changing the parking on Court Street? Right now, it's diagonal, and there's about 10 or 15 spots on there. There's metered parking on both sides. Exactly what is,
There are a couple of different sections that are being changed, but my understanding is that there was some street improvements that were made by the county, and as a result of that, they needed to modify how the parking was being configured on that street.
so are we losing spots on that street?
Yes, you are. What they did is they moved the front entrance for security reasons to the side entrance. So now when you go into the courthouse, you go in from Court Street, and they actually did take away, because what they still need to do is the drop-offs, like they bring buses in, and they do drop-offs and what have you.
Okay.
So, as I understand it, all the spaces were previously restricted. They are eliminating, because it's pretty well detailed in there. It's, they eliminated some spaces, but they did it for basically a traffic flow. but those were always restricted spaces.
Very well said, Mr. Iannico.
Do you know how many spaces we eliminated?
I don't think it makes a difference because, more
Okay.
so, because it's really for the courthouse use on Court Street.
Okay,
And the benefit is, it's a tremendous improvement.
For
in
the
terms of
flow.
The flow of getting in and out of the courthouse.
okay. Thank you.
Especially for people with handicapped, if you've ever been walking through that courthouse. Going through that lobby actually makes a big difference.
Okay, call a question, please.
On the introduction of ordinance 06-2019, Councilwoman Davis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Deeb.
Yes.
Councilman Elms. Yes. Councilman Iannicone.
Yes.
Councilman Silva.
Yes.
And Council President Foster.
Yes.
Ordinance O-6-2019 has been introduced properly by title and will be considered further during a public hearing on March 26th. We have one ordinance for public hearing and adoption this evening, and that's ordinance number O-3-2019. An ordinance amending and supplementing the code of the town of Morristown, Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-40.2, handicap parking on streets for private residences, to amend the placard number assigned to a dedicated parking space for a resident on Western Avenue. Can I have a motion to adopt?
I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance number O-3-2019.
I'll second it.
Any comments from members of the public on this ordinance? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing portion. Any questions or comments from council members? Seeing none, call the question, please.
On the adoption of ordinance 3-2019, Councilwoman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Deeb?
Yes.
Councilman Elms? Yes. Councilman Iannicone?
Yes.
Councilman Silva?
Yes.
And Council President Foster?
Yes.
Ordinance O-3-2019 is hereby adopted. There are 3 resolutions on the agenda for adoption this evening. Unless members of council would like to pull one or more for separate consideration, I would ask for a motion to adopt resolution numbers 47-2019 through 49-2019 en masse.
I'd like to make a motion to approve en masse.
I'll second it.
Councilwoman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Deeb?
Yes.
Councilman Elms?
Yes.
Councilman Iannicone?
Yes.
Councilman Silva?
Yes.
Council President Foster?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, at this time, moving on to the unfinished or old business. This is just to announce that we are still accepting applications for the vacancies for the resident appointment on the Housing Authority and a regular member appointment, and we are taking applications through the 19th? Through the 19th of March, so if there are any residents on the record, I'll say, that are interested in applying, you have through the 19th to submit those applications.
When does the Housing Authority meet?
Isn't it the last Monday?
Last Monday.
Last
Monday
Monday?
of every month.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to new business. This is again just to announce the vacancy on the Board of Adjustment, which is currently being advertised, and we're accepting applications through the 27th of this month. So any interested residents should apply by the 27th. We already moved the correspondence up for the JCP&L, and so at this time,
Just one thing. You know, governor's moving, I guess, on the legalizing marijuana. And we did put together a subcommittee to look at the zoning and other regulations. And Phil was doing some work on that. Maybe we can just schedule a date before the 25th, because if it goes to the legislature, they're thinking it's going to go.
Yeah, we talked about it internally tonight. They're still working on that bill. Phil did do some work on the zoning. We'll get that out to you, but we should meet again.
Yeah.
I'll get it set up. We did have a conversation in an internal meeting tonight. They're not finalized yet. One of my concerns, I might as well just talk about it real quickly. One of my concerns is, we all agreed in conversation that I think we're all supportive of medical. However, under this bill, you can't have one without the other.
Right.
And I think you're going to see a lot of communities opt out because of that reason. So I think we should probably have the subcommittee and meet.
Well, we have a subcommittee.
Yeah,
so
have the
we could,
subcommittee
if we
meet.
could- And just the time, I'm just concerned also about the timing from a legality standpoint. I figure if
No,
it starts-
there's a time frame to opt out. There's going to be, there's a time frame. You have plenty of time to opt out or stay in,
Okay. Okay.
It's not, we're not going to be,
Yeah, who's on?
We actually established, I think it was me,
It was a
Stefan,
couple meetings
and
ago.
a
Hillary?
few meetings ago.
No?
It's me and
I-
Stefan, I do know that.
I'll look that up.
I'd like to be on that.
To be on it,
Well, you can't have more than
Three.
but I don't remember when.
I don't
it
think
was-
you were.
I think
don't
you were out
remember either.
you were out that night,
Well,
Mike. You
we'll
weren't
have
here.
the clerk look up and send out who's actually was appointed to that subcommittee, because if it's three, then
I know I had passed around a resolution that the town of Parsippany had introduced at table, but nothing went forward with that, so.
I remember that.
okay. So at this,
I have a question.
sure.
There was a contest some time ago about naming the colonial coach. What happened with that?
It's the Colonial Coach.
Colonial coach.
It looks cool, though. Have you seen it?
Come up with?
Mike? Yeah.
I have another question.
Talk to Jillian about it.
Okay, I will.
You said there's a Mediterranean restaurant opening?
Opening up, yeah, Fig Inn.
Where
Mike, do
in-
you remember the name of it? It's opening up on Old Setabello's.
I have a sign up front, yeah.
Very excited. I tried some of their stuff at the Rotary's Taste of Morristown. It was very good.
The name of it?
The Fig and something, I can't remember the name.
Fig and
I'll get
I feel bad that I can't remember the name of it, but
Okay,
Councilwoman, I'll get it.
thank you.
it's on Catano Ave.
All right, now, let me try this one more time. Motion to adjourn? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion for weed, all in favor?
Meeting adjourned.